Hello guys, welcome to another interesting video on our behavior channel, and we have brought you a new series on financial dashboards, and this is our video 1 on it which we are going to discuss today. So let us understand in detail about financial dashboards and many more stuffs related to this. I hope you have already came across this healthcare simulation model which we discussed and created for our proximity simulation. So if you haven't watched those videos, do watch it. It is already available on our YouTube channel where we have discussed about proximity system, which are agent based systems. So in the today's video, as discussed, we are going to understand the dashboards which are going to be the financial dashboards. So if you look at this, you can see some of the questions which we need to answer for the current scenario. So let me take you through what is our today's scenario and what are we going to get out of it. Okay, so basically the patients are going to pay a bill at this reception 1. Once they are going to pay the bill for the doctor, they are going to come get a treatment from the doctor, and then they are going to go to the respective observation beds. So this is our observation area 1 and this is our observation area 2, from where the patients are going to be then discharged and they will go to the registration area 2nd, and where they are going to pay their bill of the observation areas they have used for. So there are 3 measurements as of we are going to discuss in video 1. So we are going to find out what is the total money earned at reception 1 and what is the total money earned at the reception 2. Okay, so this is our today's goal. We need to find out what the things are going to be. Let us look at the timetables as of, so that we will be getting an idea that how are these timetables or the times or intervals been taken into account. So if you look at, we are going to get the patients, okay, based on the distribution. So we are applying a random distribution for our patients to come to our reception 1, okay, and these timings are in seconds. So we are going to spend 300 seconds, that is almost 5 minutes at the reception, to pay the fee, to have some communication. Then we are going to spend 10 minutes with the doctor for prescription and healthcare. Then we are going to be sent to any of the 1 observation room. So we will be sent either to observation 1 or we will be sending either to observation 2. So if you could look at, the patient is going to stay for 2 hours in the observation room 2, okay, and then the patient is going to stay for almost 4 hours in observation room 1. Okay, so these timings are basically in hours and these timings are basically in minutes. So this payment, which is the last reception, this reception 2, the operator is going to spend a time for 5 minutes. Okay, so this is basically a flow of the healthcare system where we have listed down particular amount of times the patients are going to spend. So this is the flow for the time spent in this particular hospital. Now let us look at the dashboards, which are financial dashboards, and what are the rates we have included. Now if you could look at, this is our registration 1 dashboard, which is giving us what is the amount of revenue generated as of, and then we have this another graph, or you can say a table statistics for registration 2, and that is giving us that how much is the money earned at registration 2 as of. So basically we are going to run the simulation model for almost 36,000 seconds, that is almost 10 hours. We are going to run this simulation model, and that is we are going to identify that how much is the revenue being generated in that particular 10 hours of working. Okay, so now I will just take you to this first graph of registration 1, because our first question is how much would be the total money earned at reception 1. So if you look, I have selected a registration 1 in this graph. These graphs you will get into the general tab in dashboards, where you have this first tab coming in as financial analysis. When you click on this, you're going to basically get a graph of financial education this way, financial analysis. This is the same graph, only what I've done is I've selected registration here. I'm going to delete this, we'll go to our old graph, and then you will have a registration here. I've just entered a name here as doctor's fee. I have kept this thing as empty. We will be looking how we are going to use this in our future upcoming videos on the financial dashboards, but for the sake of now, just focus on this, which is flow item, where you can just add by doing plus, and you can delete by clicking on this cell and deleting by this. So now if you look at what I've done is I have told that I need to pay 150 rupees, Indian rupees, for every person visiting the reception. So this would be basically a doctor's fee. For every patient he needs to pay 150 rupees, and then only he will be allowed to move to the waiting area. So this is our first graph, okay? And then if you are going to look for the registration to graph, here what I am going to do is whichever patient is going to come, that is, if the patient comes from the observation area 1 or the observation room 2, he is supposed to pay respective amount, because as you have seen, observation room we are going to make patient wait for 4 hours, and observation 2 we are going to make the patients to wait for 2 hours. So that is for sure that observation 2 needs to pay less money. So if you look in the graph, you're going to see that observation 2 we are going to charge 800 rupees for 2 hours and 2500 rupees for 4 hours of waiting in observation room 1. So this is how. Now if you look at this, I have been charging based on type 1 and 2. So what I'm doing is I am assigning a label to a patient whosoever is going to, if he is going to observation room 1, I will assign him a label as 1. If it is going to observation room 2, I will assign him a label of type 2. So I am going to count, so whichever type of person goes to the reception 2, he is going to get charged for that particular amount. So you can see this is the amount we are going to charge him for his every visit. So now the tricky part, or you can say the dynamic thing in this, is that we are basically, the arrival of the patients we have kept as applied random distribution, and the random distribution we are going to use a normal distribution with 500 as a mean and 200 as a standard deviation. So this is the distribution we are applying into the play for this particular, and you can see I have applied it at the reception on entry. What I am doing is I am applying a normal distribution, and I am going to change the value in the global table, which is then directly fetched from the process flow of this healthcare system which we have created for the simulation model. So let me know if you have any queries till date in the comment section. If you haven't liked our video, please do like our videos. Do subscribe to our channel for such interesting contents related to simulation, digital technologies and industrial engineering. We are pleased and delighted to share our knowledge with you at our website beawarechannel.com and on our YouTube channel. So what we are going to find out in this today's video is we are going to find out, if I am going to have this as a distribution, what is my total earning going to come from my registration 1 and registration 2. So let us just run the simulation model and find out that what is the thing going to be, and in our video 2 we will understand that how much is my observation 1 room creating a revenue and how much is my observation 2 room creating a revenue. So now what we are going to do is, now let us basically find out that how much will be my revenue generated. So now I'm doing is I'm just resetting the simulation model and I'm just running the simulation model so you would be able to see. So now let us look at the runtime. Let us have it being converted to say 10 hours. Now here the biggest thing we can also look into, and or you can say we can also learn about, is like what will be the bottlenecks for my healthcare system, whether my beds are sufficient for the rate at which my patients are entering my healthcare system, whether my waiting area is sufficient, how much is my waiting queue available. All these parameters you can easily analyze by using this healthcare simulation model. You can find out the bottleneck, find out your revenue, find out your utilization for your healthcare staffs, and many more such things. It is going to be a very powerful tool in order to analyze your healthcare system. The proximity video, if you haven't looked, you can look that. If you have watched our proximity video, you might have understood how big advantage of that system is. You can clearly find out who is more infected, who is the healthcare staff is having a highest chance of getting risk due to infection or coming into the proximity of the people. It was a great thing. If you haven't watched it, you can watch our proximity video. You can learn how to apply proximity system and what are the advantages of the proximity system. Now let us run the simulation model, and we can find out how much is this healthcare system producing if the healthcare system gets with the normal distribution of 500:200. So if you look at, we are about to close a simulation model like close to 10 hours, and if you see my observation 1, if you see, is seeming to be the highest utilized observation room, whereas observation 2 room is the least utilized, because observation 1 has a waiting time of 4 hours, observation 2 has a waiting time of 2 hours, but the percentage I have allocated is like it's 30% only I am allocating to OB1, whereas 70% I am allocating to OB2. But still, if you see, my OB1 is getting fulfilled based on its waiting time. Now let us look at the revenue generated by my hospital system. Now just look at this. My registration 1 has created almost 10,050 rupees in 10 hours, and this is only the doctor's fee. And when I look at my observation collection, like the fees paid by the patients for their time spent at the observation room, it is almost 52,500 rupees. So in total, if you look at it, is almost 62,000 rupees in basically in 10 hours. In 10 hours, you are going to get 62,000 rupees. And if you look at this, we can also find out that how many patients used my OB1 and how many patients used my OB2. So if you look at 25 patients are out from my observation 2, and my 12 patients came out from my observation 1 room. Now let us find out, because in this, if you could look, I'm not able to find out that how much is the money or the revenue generated by my observation room 1 and how much is my money generated by observation room 2. And if I am having certain charges, or you can say certain money required for my observation rooms to run, then is my profit still 52,500, or my operational cost is going to get subtracted from this 52, and then I'm going to get the actual money earned from the observation room 1 and 2. Let us answer these questions in our video 2 of financial dashboards. Till then, stay tuned with us at beawarechannel.com. Let us meet in another interesting video on our Behavior channel. So do not forget to visit our YouTube channel and our website beawarechannel.com, where we bring a lot of exciting stuff from health awareness, blogs, and simulation and industrial engineering related content. So thanks for watching this video till the end, and thanks for showing your lot of love to us. Let us meet in another interesting video. Till then, stay safe, stay simulating.